Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love. Big old smile on my face. You know what it is. Back with another one. TC Spiritual Shepherd. I am really grateful today. I'm extremely grateful today. Few reasons. I'm gonna list them, and also I know people are vibing with me, so I can kind of just state it and whatnot. But ultimately, been developing myself immensely. Just so many different things are aligning for me. So many different things are just transforming for me. But ultimately, fasting is a big one as well. I've been fasting a lot more, and I'm getting more into even chanting. So chanting is something that people don't really know. They don't really know what it actually is, but saying certain syllables actually heals the body. And so when you say certain syllables, simultaneously, synchronistically, it starts to develop and become your aura. So like chanting, that's why ohms are important. As much as people don't know what ohming really is, if they demonize it normally. But I'm saying, like, just so you know, like, ohming is because it actually permeates the electrical field. It permeates the bioluminescent field of the body, the nervous system, and even the chemical system. It moves the body, okay? It moves the body. Okay, so now, as well, I've been writing a book. I knew it was gonna happen. I've been writing a book. So that's a big one as well. Is I've been writing a book called Dark Room, and it's all about dark room enlightenment. It's about dark room transcendence, like when you go into a dark room until you cannot be dark, and you do the dark room practices, you cultivate the dark room practices. And this is a very powerful thing because you can change the pineal gland and the pituitary gland and all the development of these glands, the pituitary and the pineal, and the communication thereof, of both of them, the alchemical, relationship that they have. One big thing is, one is connected to your electrical system, and then the other is connected to your chemical system. And then when those have certain types of responses, you can start to heal the body. That's why getting sunlight is so important. That's why getting even just light in your eyes, like the light in my eyes right now is great. But actually looking at the sun for brief periods of time, confirmation hiccup, even just brief periods of time. So like you just look up and you glance and you look back down. You look up and you glance at the sun and you glance back down. You look up at the sun, you glance back down. You do it like that. When it's on the horizon, like sun gazing, you can stare straight at it. You can stare straight through it, and you'll start to see that it's actually purple and ultraviolet, and it's a transcendental star, the sun. Okay, and we are made in the image of that here on earth. And then a lot of people identify with their earthly vessel and not the sun within them, the soul within them, the solar aspect, the light aspect within them. Just so y'all know. So I definitely see a transcendence when it comes to stuff like this. Now, dark room is going into the dark until you cannot be dark. So I get into a lot of the, and I'm going to do actually probably a video on it today as well. And, and do that and whatnot. Just so you guys have maybe even the first and second chapters. And then, cultivating with this as well is that we are to develop ourselves, and the way that we make money, and the way that we are, building our physicality, the way that we are building our spirituality, repenting, forgiving, giving forgiveness, loving others, caring for others, caring for self, forgiving self, all of these, and not allowing other people or anything to ever bring you down. Don't let yourself bring yourself down through self-sabotage and stuff like this. So just know, like, by showing up with selfless self-care rather than selfish self-sabotage, you're going to start to ground yourself for the betterment of yourself. All right. So as well as big smile on my face, because I have been trading and I've been doing that consistently, disciplined, and not like overshooting, not being greedy, actually not being greedy at all, being very cultivated in my risk management, and then building over the course of a few days and then beyond, the course of a few weeks, and being consistent. And actually, I've discovered a lot more value in it. And then 2, I've figured out that I can scale this. I could scale this. So, instead of making $1,000 a day, or even $300 a day, or $500 a day, which is like normal, you can, to some people, to like, depends on what people's, things are. But some people, $1,000 a day is normal. And so $1,000 a day, but instead of that, you can scale that to 5 or 10. Okay. You could scale that to 5, 10, or 15. If you do the structures right, you can trade, and you could be trading 15 prop firms with algorithmic trading, 9 different types of algorithmic trading modalities, maybe even beyond that. You might have like 100 different modalities that you can develop in algorithmic trading. Algorithmic trading is that we are monitoring the markets properly without over leveraging our risk, and managing our risk properly. And then when we manage the risk properly, that's when we make profits. Okay. And 2, you sort of have to be prophetic. You sort of have to be prophetic as a trader. You have to see where it's going to be. You have to see what is going to happen before it happens. And so trading is spiritual in a lot of ways. Okay. In a lot of ways. So one big thing too is, when we are training physically, when we are, making money via trading and via real estate, via land, etc., there's a development that comes with this. A certain mindset, a certain heart set. I always love that. A certain heart set that you're supposed to have. And the strength and the fortitude and the simplicity and the determination that you're to have to fulfill what you must fulfill, to live on purpose, to live on purpose. See, and 2, like one main thing, I'm gonna roll up these windows. I think there's some lint coming in and other different stuff. Just so you guys know, the strength, it comes from within, and it's by going within. It's by challenging ourselves elementally, alchemically, electrically, chemically, physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, etc. You guys know what I'm saying. And by seeing the connections between all of them, like money is emotional and fluid. It's called emotion because it's energy in motion, and energy in motion moves with fluidity and fluidly, similar to cash flow into a river bank, or similar to an electricity current streams of income, or multiple streams of income, multiple currents of income going into my river bank. All right. And that is the internal development. When you start to study words, you see how you can connect life and bring it back.